What's up, internet? Welcome back to my channel. We're back with another video.
Person, but to announce the largest AI infrastructure project by far in history, and it's all taking place right here in America. As you know, there's great competition for AI and other things, and they're coming in at the highest level. We're joined by Oracle Executive Chairman Larry Ellison, SoftBank CEO, my friend Masa Yoshi-san, and CEO of OpenAI, and I would say the by far the leading expert based on everything I read, Sam Altman. So that's great that you're coming in together. That's a massive group of talent. And
all right, welcome back, internet. So I wanted to talk about everybody's worried about the economy and the tariffs and how are people gonna bring back jobs, and nobody wants to work manufacturing and da-da-da-da-da. Okay, well, I got a little news flash for you. Okay, I think that Donald Trump doesn't have a intention on necessarily bringing human jobs back, but I think ultimately we're gonna work towards some type of universal basic income system. That's the ultimate thing. But I think what Trump is doing is basically setting fire to an old system. You know what I mean? In order to rebuild a house or something, you got to tear the other house down. So I think this whole tariff thing and messing with the markets and all that stuff, what he's trying to do is just trying to implement the takeover of AI faster. And that's what his Project Stargate plan is all about. He wants the biggest AI economy in the US. And what does that mean? I think that means that, like I said in my Age of Cooperation video, I think labor is going to be a thing of the past, and the new way in the future is going to be a universal basic income, and then on top of that, your personal income that you make from your own personal business. Now, I think a lot of people are going to just go ahead and purchase these, maybe $30,000-$40,000 humanoid robots, and then just rent them out to Amazon, just like how a regular just like a temp agent service, a temp service agency. You know what I mean? Basically, they find you a job, you go work, they take a little cut, but only this time you send your robot there. They don't have to go and buy their own robot, so they just rent yours out, and then you get the same salary you would get if you worked a 12-hour shift at Amazon. So you would get your universal basic income, and you would get an income from the your robot, or some type of combination of both. But I think that's the ultimate goal. When people keep saying manufacturing isn't going to come back. If it does, it's going to be AI and da-da-da-da-da. Well, I think Trump wants to force it to happen. He wants them to come back. He wants the AI. And then after that, I feel like capitalism in itself is going to have to work that out, because if nobody can buy your products and you can't sell them, and then you can't make them for cheaper, but you're sitting on all this money, where does all that money go? You see? So I think in a way, Trump is actually trying to ruin corporate greed, and ultimately it can either go a couple ways where capitalism doesn't really want to go quietly into the night, so they might, those people on the I'll insert the clip.
You have no idea
I will cripple you.
What that means. When my men hit the streets from Maine to Texas, every single port, a lockdown. First week, be all over the news every night, boom, boom. Second week, guys who sell cars can't sell cars because the cars ain't coming in off the ships. They get laid off. Third week, malls start closing down. They can't get the goods from China. They go out of business. Construction workers get laid off because the materials aren't coming in. They lose their job. Everybody's hating the longshoremen now, because now they realize how important our jobs are.
those people on the I think it was the East Coast seaboard where he threatened to shut down the East Coast ports or whatever. And one of their biggest things was they don't want the ports to be automated because, you know, they make a lot of good money working at those ports. But if you look at places like China, they already automated their ports. I think their ports are 100% automated. I might put a clip in there with that claim too. So, you know, it's inevitable, and I think somebody pretty much just has to be the asshole to set the match and get the fire going to force America into accepting the AI and probably accepting some new type of payment system, currency system, or something of that nature. I think that's the ultimate goal. And you know what? I think that if they can make some type of system where if it's UBI and people have more time to actually focus on stuff that they want to do or projects that they want to do, I think there would be way more innovation. You know what I mean? Like, because people, like, even, I mean, just look at people like who do TikTok videos while they're working at their regular job, or people who write books and stuff as they're working at their regular job. You know what I mean? If you have free time to do your own little projects, then yeah, you can, you know what I mean? You can innovate. There'll be more creativity going on. You know what I mean? So it's kind of a double-edged sword, but like I said, I'm not really I play devil's advocate on a lot of these like topics and stuff. So I just want you guys to understand that it could be a double-edged sword, but I'm looking at the far, you know, ultimate picture where I don't think Trump has a, you know, intention on human beings, you know, starting manufacturing jobs again or anything like that. I think he wants to bring the businesses back. He wants the robots in there. And then with the economy, I think he wants the government to kind of figure out, well, how are we going to fix our same with the rest of our infrastructure. There's a lot of stuff that we really don't need to do, like the 9-to-5 work week, the sending kids to school for 8 hours a day. Like, we have so much technology that we don't need to be waking kids up at 7 o'clock in the morning and stuff. All of that stuff is to teach them a quote unquote work ethic. Waking up early in the morning, go sitting in this class for 8 hours and that gets them trained to go and work a 40-hour work week. But I don't think that we need a 40-hour work week anymore. So it'll be interesting to see how because I think it's going to happen really fast. So I'm going to say 5 years. It's going to be interesting to see where we are in the next 5 years. Anyway, that's just my theory on what the future is going to be as far as this AI situation and the economy and the tariffs. I think it could go both ways, and it's going to be interesting to watch. But anyway, that's my video for today. I tried to keep it short and sweet. You know, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that little stuff that YouTubers tell you to do. I'm out.